So, Dusty's the king, but what about the rest of the card on my What Happened on My Universe Mode PPV special? Yeah, we're still in New Orleans for King of the Ring, and we begin the show with two people who haven't been getting along recently, Macho Man Randy Savage and Andre the Giant, whose feud started 4 weeks ago at the last pay-per-view. Macho Man started like a house on fire, beating Andre down. Well, not really down, he didn't go down for a while, but he did eventually, but then he reversed and chucked Macho out the ring. Once Savage was back in the ring, Andre the Giant took control and slammed him down a lot. He probably had a fair bit of backache and frontache after taking Andre's ass to his face. Once he'd slammed him down and stepped on him, Andre tried to kick him, but Macho said no and rolled out of the way. It was Macho Man's turn to have a bit of fun now, as he struck Andre with several big shots, and then mustered up the energy to lift him for an inverted atomic drop. Just when Macho Man thought he was in control, Andre wriggled out of his rest hold and locked in a bear hug. Macho didn't tap out, but he was hurt, and then Andre hit a flapjack. Beating him in the head, Macho Man then retaliated by returning an elbow to his head and threw him into the corner, where he hit a clothesline. He then defied the laws of physics by hitting a piledriver on Andre the Giant. After a fist drop, Macho Man went for the pin, but Andre kicked out at 1. He then reversed a suplex into a neckbreaker and then locked on the bear hug again. Still, Macho wasn't tapping, so Andre hit a huge elbow drop for a 2 count. Macho Man wasn't down yet. A Kali chop maybe? 2? No. So Andre went to the last thing he had in his locker, the butterfly suplex, which finally held Macho Man down for the 3. Afterwards, a frustrated Andre the Giant beat him down some more. In the second match of the evening, Booker T got another shot at Stone Cold Steve Austin's European title, and after coming up short in his hometown earlier in the month, Booker T was hoping to win it in New Orleans. After a fairly open beginning, Austin took control and started wrenching Booker T's arm and suplexing him down. A Russian leg sweep followed, and then a gutbuster. Stone Cold then pummeled Booker T, but after that he went for a rest hold. And Booker T was ready to get out then and take control, and he started that with a massive powerbomb. He went for the pin, but Stone Cold kicked out at 1. Following that, Booker T had the advantage, hitting a Samoan drop and then a knee drop, but after that he decided it was a good time to do a spinneroonie. It wasn't. It gave Stone Cold Steve Austin the chance to get up, and whatever was going to happen, he reversed and hit an atomic drop. Following that with a Luthez press. As soon as Stone Cold had the advantage though, Booker T had got it back, reversing a slam. He then followed that with a massive Harlem hangover. And suddenly, Booker T was looking like a genuine title contender. Stone Cold reversed and went for the stunner, but Booker T was ready, kicked him in the back of the head, hit his huge spinebuster, and then the axe kick. And that was that for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Booker T was the European champion once again. We'd had a bit of build-up for our next match as Farouk and The Rock teamed to take on Chris Jericho and a partner of his choosing. He went to Canada and got the hitman Bret Hart. So, a pretty good choice really. The match began with Farouk throwing Chris Jericho around like a ragdoll with suplexes, but soon enough Chris Jericho elbowed him in the face and did the same back. After eating a dirty powerbomb, Farouk got up, reversed, and then took Jericho down before tagging into the Great One, who took control of Chris Jericho's face, and then his shoulders. But after taking out his shoulders, Chris Jericho got up and lifted The Rock with those same shoulders, proving that it wasn't that big a move. He tagged into Bret Hart, who took The Rock to the outside and beat him about a bit. Once back in the ring though, The Rock was reversing and kicked Bret Hart in the back of the leg before smacking him down with a rock bottom. Bret Hart was kicking out at 2 though, he wasn't down yet. So Rock followed that with a hip toss, a belly to belly, and then tagged in Farouk, who, amazingly, was able to kip up after this double team move. Damn! Of course, after that, he must have gassed himself with the kip up and got reversed by Bret, and then beaten down by Jericho, who locked in the walls of Jericho. Would Farouk tap though? No, he wouldn't. Ever the opportunist, Farouk headed to the outside where he slammed Jericho hard and rammed his head into the corner post. Back in the ring, it was Dominator time, and then he tagged back into The Rock. The Rock kept Jericho down, but with his last bit of energy, he jumped up and hit the codebreaker on The Rock. But The Rock wasn't going to stay down for the pin, so he tagged into Bret, who hit a back suplex off the top rope. And then locked in a submission. The Rock didn't tap. The Rock reversed instead and took Bret Hart to the ground. Following that, it got a bit scrappy and the pair traded suplexes, but once Bret Hart was down off that fisherman suplex, The Rock hit the people's elbow. And after he'd hit the people's elbow, he took Chris Jericho out and went for the pin, and Bret couldn't kick out. The Rock and Farouk were victorious. We had a special attraction next as Ric Flair took on the debuting Tatsumi Fujinami. And it was the rematch that we'd all been waiting for. It was an even contest to start with. Ric Flair hit a shoulder breaker before Fujinami hit a suplex and a knee drop, and then Ric Flair reversed and beat his face down before hitting a gut wrench suplex and a Russian leg sweep. Flair worked a little bit on Fujinami's leg, but when he went for a knee to the back, Fujinami rolled out of the way and punched him in the face. A shin breaker followed, one of his own moves, and then Jerry Lawler said this after he scored with a German suplex. He bumped Ric Flair in the corner and then rammed him into the corner again before hitting a gut wrench suplex, but Flair took control somehow after that, hitting a suplex of his own and a back suplex, and then going back to work on the leg. Ric Flair hit a natural knee drop, but then it was time for a reversal mania. First a Fujinami fireman's carry reversal, followed by Flair reversing with a back body drop. Fujinami reversed again with a fireman's carry before hitting a suplex. He then threw Flair into the corner, but Flair reversed that, went for a clothesline, but Fujinami rolled out the way and threw him into the corner again. This time he was successful, tossing Flair from the top rope. He then punched Flair in the face once again with a forearm, and then a rolling pawn hold. Flair kinda kicked out at two, I guess, but then he went for the dragon suplex, and he definitely hit that one, and Flair definitely didn't kick out. Fujinami successful in his first match. The penultimate match of the evening was the tag team titles. Sting and the Ultimate Warrior took on the Hart Smith Foundation, who'd won the chance to take them on after beating the Militia on the last episode of Main Event. It started with Sting beating up Jim Neidhart and hitting a powerbomb, which is pretty impressive with the size of Neidhart. Neidhart got up, reversed and chucked Sting into his corner. While in control, Neidhart hit a fucking beastly clothesline on Sting, held him down for a bit, but after he missed a punch, Sting reversed and took him up for a suplex that was even more impressive than one of the British Bulldog's hanging suplexes. Then it was time to tag in the Ultimate Warrior, who jumped in with a double axe handle, but Neidhart was ready for him, took him down and tagged in to the British Bulldog. The Bulldog enjoyed some good control against the Ultimate Warrior and did some ragdolling, throwing him about with a fall-away slam and a belly-to-belly before the Ultimate Warrior finally gained control with a Fujinami-style fireman's carry reversal. He then beat up the Bulldog for a bit himself, a suplex, a backbreaker, but when he went to attack Neidhart, Neidhart kicked him in the face. Neidhart then chucked the Warrior to the outside, hit him in the face with a clothesline, and then threw him about with a weird Rusev suplex thing. Warrior then tripped him up though, and slammed him down, and then hit a massive gorilla press on the outside. Back in the ring, it was cool double team action from the Blade Runners, and Sting was ready to finish it with a tombstone. He went for the pin, but the Bulldog broke it up. So Bulldog was thrown to the outside, and while he was focusing on the Warrior, Sting slapped on the Scorpion Deathlock, and Jim Neidhart tapped out. Sting and the Ultimate Warrior continue their impressive tag team title reign. And so we were left with only one match, Triple H taking on The Undertaker for the WWE title for the final time. Well, in this feud anyway. The match opened with a bit of a brawl. Fists to the face and then the occasional reversal. Triple H reversing that one, and then following it, trying to slam the Undertaker, but the Undertaker reversed him, pushed him away, went for a move, and Triple H hit a jawbreaker. He then went for a punch, and the Undertaker reversed again, hitting a forearm to the face, but eventually Triple H would reverse and gain control with a gutbuster. The match had finally swung in someone's favour, with Triple H hitting a back body drop, slamming the Undertaker's head to the mat, and then a back suplex, but when he went for a kick, the Undertaker caught it and reversed it with a belly-to-belly. The Undertaker tried to slow the pace down, choking Triple H in the corner with his boot. He hit a back suplex and thought it was a good time to go for the chokeslam. However, Triple H was playing possum and kneed him in the face before hitting a dirty pile driver. Triple H seemed to have the Undertaker's number, keeping him down and hurting his head, but when he finally did let him back up, the Undertaker reversed and hit a Russian leg sweep, and then his cool flippy clothesline and an elbow drop. After this slam, somehow Triple H ended up superplexing the Undertaker off the top rope, and then kneeing him in the head and putting in a sleeper. But it wasn't enough to keep the Undertaker down. That rest hold gave him just enough rest to get up and hit Triple H with the last ride. After smashing Triple H in the face with a double axe handle, the Undertaker got reversed and put to the top rope again with another superplex. But when he went for a splash in the corner, Triple H got reversed himself. The Undertaker hit a hanging suplex and then the tombstone piledriver. And finally, Triple H was down for the feud. The Undertaker was victorious and still champion, but instead of celebrating, he went and grabbed a chair and made sure Triple H wasn't coming back for a rematch. That's finally it for King of the Ring. Hope you've enjoyed. Come back for more on What Happened on My Universe Mod. Like and subscribe.